Now I'm actually going to delete those items there. Let's delete that. So we just have the list box without any items. And what we'll see now is how to perform programmatic initialization. Imagine, for example, the scenario where the countries that we want to add to our list box isn't known at development time. Maybe it's going to change every time we run the application. Maybe we need to get the list of countries from a database, or maybe we need to call a web service to get the data from some dynamic place. So rather than having fixed initialization, we're going to initialize the list box programmatically, and that means going back to the code behind file, default.aspx.cs, and if I just double click on there, that's the whole purpose for the page load method. The page load method gives us an opportunity and a place where we can perform programmatic initialization of the controls that make up our web page. Okay, so for example, I can write code like this. Country list dot items dot add, and I can add an item to the list box programmatically. So let's add Australia, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that line of text to the clipboard, and I'm just going to paste it back in again a few times. Paste, paste, and paste. So I'm going to add various items to the list box. So let me see. Let's add Canada, and let's also add France, and we'll also add Germany. There you go. So just some countries selected at random. Okay, well, let's try running the application and see what happens. So Control F5 to run the application. Okay, well, we certainly have some work to do on the layout, but it's looking good. It has a label that displays some static initialization, and there's the text box where I'm going to enter my name, so Andy, and I can choose some items from here. Okay, that's very good. Just close on there. Now, that's fine. The only problem is that every time we post back to the web server, this code is going to be re-executed, which means, for example, the next time we post it back, Australia, Canada, France, and Germany will be added again. And then the next time we post back, they'll be added again. It'll be a cumulative effect, which will obviously not what we want to achieve. Really, we only want to perform this initialization the very first time the page is loaded, and not on each subsequent post back. Now, because that's such a common requirement, the page class has a static or shared property called isPostback, and that helps you to differentiate between whether this was the first time the page has been requested or whether it's a subsequent postback. Okay, so I need to add a statement like this. If it's not a postback, then I'll just indent these statements and close off with a closed curly bracket. So the page load method will be invoked every time the page is requested, but this initialization code will only be executed the very first time. It won't be executed on each subsequent postback.